Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayri, also known as Wedding Fashion Expert. This week we are talking about a subscriber requested topic on private label wedding dresses. Are they a good thing, a bad thing? What does a private label wedding dress even mean? Giving you all the details in this video. Before we dive into this week's topic, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, let me know if there's a particular video topic that you'd like me to create a video on for you. I am here for you, guiding you along the way leading up to your special day. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I am so honored that you have found me. I am, of course, a wedding fashion expert, stylist, buyer, wear so many different hats at Lovella Bridal, located in Los Angeles, California. For daily content, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Lovella Bridal, at Lovella Plus, and at Wedding Fashion Expert. Hit that follow button on TikTok as well, at Lovella Bridal and at Wedding Fashion Expert. For this week's topic, Leonie left me a comment saying, I think I found the one, but it's a private label wedding dress. Is that a good or bad thing? Can I trust it? Will my dress be the same quality as the amazing sample? This is such a phenomenal question, and I actually answered it in the comment. However, I wanted to create a video on this because I do believe that this is something that a lot of brides encounter and don't really understand what a private label wedding dress is. To answer the question about it being a good or a bad thing, it's neither. It's not good or bad. Private label dresses are exactly what the name essentially means. It is a private label, meaning that that label is not available online for the masses to see and consume. It is available in select stores that select that dress to be a part of their inventory. That being said, you will likely see less brides in the world wearing this particular dress that you tried on. So in a way, that can be a good thing, that if you are a bride that is really concerned about a lot of brides wearing the same dress, then a private label would technically be a good fit for you. However, that does not take away brides who in your community are shopping the same stores. They could then also buy that same exact dress, which is something that is always out there and available to anyone, right? Because if you are oftentimes brides are shopping locally, and that being said, they will be selecting from the same inventory. Now, if you are a bride that is really, really particular and you don't want to wear a dress that a lot of other people are wearing and you travel distances, even if you fly or drive, there's only so many dresses in inventory, right? And oftentimes you will start to see the same inventory, same designers repeat itself. So if you are a bride that really is trying to get something different and you don't want anyone else wearing the same dress that you wear, I would encourage you to not fixate too much on that. Truly, I would just pick a dress that you love. And if it happens to be a private label, phenomenal. If it is a recognized brand and label that has a brand present online and within stores, fantastic. To answer the question about a private label wedding dress being a good or bad thing, it's not good or bad. It's a dress just like any other dress. It's essentially the same exact concept of any other dress that you're trying on, right? You can order it. It is going to be the same quality as the sample. It's just like ordering a designer dress. It just doesn't have the label, brand recognition, marketing dollars behind it, and overall presence online. The closest example I could give you to kind of make it relatable is if you went to Target and you're buying Target toilet paper versus Charmin or a different brand toilet paper, no different than Costco. If it's a Kirkland brand, that's their own private label, right? So it's within that company. So it's not a recognized, let's say, Charmin toilet paper that's available everywhere. So that's really the difference. And I don't mean to compare it to toilet paper. It was just the first example that came to mind. You could look at it as bottled water or even clothing. If it's a Target brand clothing versus Target sometimes does collaborations with different designers, things of that sort. So that's really what the private label means. It's not difference in quality, although one could argue that the quality of a Kirkland brand toilet paper paper compared to Charmin brand toilet paper are different types of quality, right? And you do pay a different price. That's not necessarily the same for private label. It could be. It could be that a private label is a less expensive collection from a higher end designer, but there could be designers that are exactly comparable to the quality of that private label. At the end of the day, you're going to get what you pay for. I was just trying to create an example that's a little bit more relatable. It is still a trustworthy source. In terms of Leonie's question asking about, can I trust it? You can trust it just as much as you can trust the store. If the store is a trustworthy store, you will receive your order similar to the sample that you did try on. Keep in mind, no matter the designer, there can be variations from the sample dress you try on to the one in which you order. Sometimes if it's a different size, the scale of the lace design can change, the pattern can change a little bit, but more or less it is such a minor change that you wouldn't necessarily notice it to the naked eye. A lot of the dresses can be hand done, so lace placement could be a teeny bit different. Things of that sort. Nothing crazy, but yes, it is trustworthy so long as you trust the store. Then they would not bring in a private label or any designer that is not going to back them up and deliver dresses that look like the sample. That is something that is super important to us at Lovella Bridal. Whenever we are bringing in any designer into our store, we need to make sure that that designer can deliver things on time, deliver them in the exact way that our samples look. And like I said, there could be a little bit of variation, but very, very minor to the naked eye. I would say one of the biggest variations when it comes to samples and new dresses being ordered is if there's any silver beading. You may see some tarnishing on a sample, so beading can appear darker on a sample because it has been oxidized over time, just like silver jewelry that we wear. That happens. The same thing can happen in a wedding dress. So when you're ordering something new, it may appear a little bit different from the sample because it is new and hasn't been tried on and touched as many times as the sample. All in all, a private label wedding dress shouldn't be judged on the fact that it is in fact a private label. If you love the dress, then go for it. I know there are brides out there who have always dreamt of wearing a particular brand, a particular label. If the label of the dress and the manufacturer is important to you, then private label wouldn't be something that you would want. It's a completely personalized decision. However, it does not mean that the quality isn't great. At the end of the day, you're going to get what you pay for. If it is a dress around $2,000, the quality is naturally going to vary from a dress that is $5,000 or $8,000. That doesn't mean that the private label is bad quality. It just means that you are getting what you pay for. There could be private label dresses as well that are more expensive. So it doesn't matter about the label, it matters about the cost of the dress really determines the quality of it. So if you're happy with the cost and you're happy with the quality that you see in person and everything seems to fit, the dress being a private label should not be a red flag for you. It just means it has less eyes on it overall. So a lot of brides that come into Lovella, they try on a dress and they want to see what it looked like on other brides. You wouldn't be able to locate a private label dress online the way in which you would a designer labeled, manufactured, marketed wedding dress would. That's truly the difference. I hope that this answered all your questions about private label wedding dresses. If you have any further questions that you wanted answered, please leave a comment below. I'm happy to answer them for you. I hope that you found this video helpful. For more videos and tips like these, please be sure to tune in every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will see you in next week's video.